You'll never get sick of hearing that. The Scottish Elite Golden Gloves Heavyweight Champion.
That morning, I was on weight. I weighed myself. I was thinking I'm gonna have a chicken sandwich before I go in.
Archie Durie telling a story. Here we go again.
Boxing is your life. Either love you, hate you, love to hate you, love to love you.
And they've said they don't believe me. They've called me a liar. And the next thing they're boot moot.
So hello and welcome to a special edition of JATV Live with the Scottish Boxing Podcast. We're here at the Durie's Boxing Club in Blair Beef, joined with head coach Archie Durie. Just here before we start, I mean, it's been 5 years since we lost JATV Live. It was JATV Raw back then. You were the second show we ever covered, and since then we've covered all your shows actually.
You've done every show, Jamie.
I missed it.
I know you've done every one. I'm sure you have.
We have. And you're just, to go back even further before that, you're somebody that you coached at national level. Cash Farouk, who the reason I started the channel, told me about a few times when you were in his corner. And that's personal to him, but you know what the story I'm talking about.
He knows that. I'm back to his corner.
So that's why, I was glad to come and meet you. You're somebody, from my point of view, somebody that you put your heart and soul into. Your boxers, your club. I'm sure we'll go into this, but boxing is your life. And anybody that knows you, sometimes you're like my mate. They either love you, hate you, love to hate you, love to love you.
Man, I know.
But I think nobody can dispute that you're quite an easy guy to talk to for me. Sometimes if we need to have a words out or something, we'll have it. You're quite straightforward, and I always appreciate that. And I know if I ever needed advice for certain things, if it was somebody I was introduced in boxing, I wasn't too sure, I'd pick up the phone to you and you'd tell me, because you're like Cash, you know everybody. So we have spoke before about moving the gym to Blair Beef. First of all, how are you doing? How are you feeling today?
Believe it or not, Jamie, I'm actually nervous right now. I'm not like this. I've got a lot of stuff. You see, this is why we're sitting here. I've got a lot of stuff going on, man, and I'm actually quite nervous today. There's a lot of things I'm going on my head. We
know each other, right? As we talk on, the nails will sort of go. I used to say this to Cash. Cash used to freeze up when I was interviewing him. I'm like, I'm not the one that's going to trip you up. I'm just here to help you tell your story. We spoke at the weekend. I was like, do you know what? We'll have a chat, and this is where we are. But it's up to you where you want to start, what you want to tell me. If there's anything that you go, do you know what? Let's cut that out, or I'm not ready for that to be it. Or even afterwards, if we put it out and you go, nah, do you know what, Jamie? If I've maybe said a bit too much, take it off. Then we'll do it. There's nothing nobody's got to shoot you in the foot.
Fine, bro.
But this is your show and it's your channel as much as it is mine. Take a deep breath.
Well, where do I start? Archie Durie telling a story. Here we go again. Right, man. Well, it's more or less my life's been upside down again. The same as loads of people since these lockdowns, since COVID appeared, appeared, and away again, come back, and lockdowns. The word lockdowns. For the lockdowns, financially, people hear me say that. I'll get to this and all. My club it's run so independent. We've got a couple of good sponsors now, like George Bush and that's came on board now, and Mo and Divine Scaffolding, they're on board for us, and they're quite solid. Good to have that there now. But my outgoings, my ingoings, my boxing gym, anybody that knows, I'm a full-time boxing gym. There's only one or two, three in Scotland, and I'm a full-time boxing gym, amateur and professional boxing, even though Abe's no trained proper now, but that's my pro I've got to now. He's coming, he'll be back short again and all Abe. But it's my amateurs, it's my life, I'd be in scaffolding for him. I think I've said this story before, maybe the past, Jamie. Men work for us, making plenty of money, buying gear, I was plenty of contracts, I've done a scaffold 30 odd year, fan scaffed, for him, what I'm saying, and all that. And one day I get stoked to ask a wee horn out. I think I've told you the story. After a wee stone out, horn out, a wee butcher. I asked this wee guy called Skippy, gave him a horn. I gave him a horn in his boxing club. 2 nights I went, the third night I went, walked in, and we went, Archie, so I'm not too old for this. What to pass this lease here to you, and you take this wee club here and all that. That was the wee Scout Hall, round the corner for here. I started in Blair Beef. I was funny enough, the Scout Hall in Blair Beef and Crawford Road. So round the corner from where I am right now. This is the shops in Blair Beef where I'm situated now. I've been here now a year and a half already, Jamie. Forgetting to where I go to, I say started like Blairbeff, Crawford Road, to make poor there. I say poor there because you turned the scout hall into a nursery centre for kids with paying money, and it was all money, always at money. And they put us out, the scouts put us out. And I end up through my pal John Hollis. John Hollis got me an introduction to the old John Hull House Industrial Estate, and all John Hull House really loved what I'd done. What I'd done for the community, what I'd done for the kids, which most people would see day anyway. And I never once put my rent up. I've told you this story. I'm not going to spend too much time with this. It's never my rent up. My rent was £4,100, and I was there for 15, 16 years. I said, then, like I told you, JATV Estates, and Ewan Buck and all that, and they said, my rent's not went up. I explained I had him up because the guy was dead, and he bumped the rent up to 4,100 to 7,600, and that was the year of 2020. That was the year of COVID. But the grants were going to be at that time and all, and I got a grant and I paid up front, the years up front for 2020 to 21, and then what I'd done was he put the rent up again at 400, so it went up to 8,000 a year, 800 a month. And again, I wasn't happy with that. And they put it up, I said, and that was the year of COVID again and all. It was more lockdowns, and I got more grants, and I paid them £8,000 up front. Remember, I should have done what I did. And then going to 2021, at 21, 22, and I said, things are getting worse and harder and all that. And it was, I wasn't happy with it. We sort of got put out there. I'm not going through all the stories. No, I'm not going to slag people down there at all, because there's still good people and end up down there. But I've left it anyway. I've ended up here in Blairbeff. And it's as if it was a calling. I know it sounds a bit cheesy. It's as if it was a calling. This week, me, I'm looking out the window now. This is like a wee scheme community. Blairbeff. I mean, this right next to Castlemilk. I'm a Castlemilk man. That's what I'm from. I'm from Macquarie. And it's a big family. I was still in Castlemilk, things like that.
That's how you stayed round the corner when you moved here?
Well, I said that's what it was. I'm a Macquarie boy, Macquarie, right? But like I said, I'd end up for 7 years. I was in a house just stone's throw from here. It's actually up a hill, down a hill. It's maybe about 200 steps to my old close, and 25 Fernhill Road. I stayed total flat earlier, and like I said, I was there for 7 years. And like I said, even when I moved up to Blairbeff, it was right next to, it was ideal. It was right next to my boxing club. And I was getting my wee boy James all the time. James out my story living a lot today with why things are happening, why I'm talking out loud, because my wee boy James Durie. And wee James, his mum just moves, just stays the same distance for this way. He's so along the road, she stays along the road. So my house at Fernhill Road was ideal, situated for getting my wee boy and my boxing club. Two of my ideal, perfect. Like I said, I'm here 7 years, and I can, excuse me, and like I said, I'm down here. But things get tighter and tighter and tighter, especially when I moved up here. This is a weird gym. You see, it's a lot smaller gym. It's the old gym doing Rutherglen, that was at 3 times the size of this, at least 3 times the size of this. And my boxes all come back up. There's no that. We lost quite a lot of people here and there, and we've got a lot of people from Blairbeff joined us, but it's no point. What happens is every month, I'm in here a year and a half now, what I'm saying, and I say, you'll see me when I put my things on every morning. I say memberships are available only the first of the month only. People think I'm probably cheeky git saying that, but I know it's because I sign myself, live myself, everything. I do all my admin myself, I do all the work and all that, and it fucking drives me crazy. I'm 62 in 2 weeks' time, man. I'm not a young boy anymore. I know, I thinking everything's, especially with online shit, it's pretty hectic to me, but I get by and I ask people, I do try and do shit, right? Sorry, that's what I do.
Part of the, like, moving to this gym, as you said, it's a lot smaller, so obviously that can only accommodate so many people as well, so there's membership taking a hit. Is that different for you?
It has to that, Jamie. I took a hit every month, more or less, if I've come down here. The most I've been making is £1,100 a month. As the first of the month, I said the first of the month I want my money, and what I said, I want the memberships. It's £50 for the adults, £35 for the kids, and the day of the first month, like I'm saying. So I was always, it's in here now, it's £800 a month for the rent in here for this. So it's quite weird, £800 a month I pay in here. So the thing I've got to pay, I make sure my rent is paid. I get my membership's paid the first of the month, and I pay my rent to my private landlord to this one for £800 a month, and I also pay my car insurance of £214. So that's the two things I've got to pay. I've got to be paid no matter what.
And you need that, because if you're, for the gym to function, for people to come in, that your priority is to keep this gym running. And obviously, I mean, you travel like the weekend there, you'd the boxers out on Friday and Saturday. You've got boxers out this weekend. You've got boxers out every weekend.
2 shows this weekend coming up now.
So you need your car as well. You need to have your insurance.
That's a necessity. I've got to.
So that's
I'm forever doing time about the kids.
So that's not just for you as well. It's for the gym to function and for the boxers to come in, and it's not just.
It's not a comfort cause. I just want a car to look good, look cool. It's not like that. And plus the car I've got my old Land Rover smashed. That broke down on the girl and I wasn't going right. No, that wee mode just we got that. And Big Peter Gora goes. He's actually that motor I've got now. Big Peter. He more or less gave me that for nothing because he'll take that Archie and give me that motor. The Land Rover's basically scrappy, it's knackered, man. But anyway, I got that. I've been using that now for as long. But I said, I got to pay the rent and the landlord and the insurance, like I said there. And it's been going on for a long time. If I moved I'm in here a year and a half, and this was going on even if I was doing it at my old gym, I was still having to pay £800 rent there and all. So, and when I was getting the boxing shows, I remember clubs used to moan, oh, Big Durie, how many shows you get, and people would moan and all that. Right, but I delegates, sporting delegates, and I was running the shows a lot of hard work, stressful times, as people will know that, you know what I mean? And I was prepared to finish one show and then start batching for the next one, so I was doing all the time, and it kept me going. I was never skint, I was never, my clubs never wanted to have nothing. I would only go with always about 20 odd, between 15 and 20 odd boxers every year. And like I said, I've gone for as long, I've been struggling, come back up to here, and I've been struggling, I said, with the £1,100 a month. And some of the months some of the lately, see especially lately, could come to Christmas and summers and all that, always takes a wee thing, maybe wee dip, and I've not been getting the money.
The other thing is, other people are struggling as well, and there's a cost of living crisis. People are like, to them, going to the gym maybe as a luxury that sometimes they can't afford. And that's like as much as we promote it and like boxing gyms up and down the country are the life and soul and the beating heart of that community. People struggle sometimes to make that, so that's probably another reason why it's taking the hit with the cost of living and just the fact that people generally don't have extra money themselves.
Well, like I said, sorry Jamie jumping there, sorry, but with me being a boxing keep fit gym, right man, it's governed mostly to boxing, but I keep fit. What I need to be doing, like I said, but as long as it's a crack me gym, right, it's a homely gym, right, I need to be getting myself, at least I've said this before, I need to get myself I need to rent this out to 3 physical training instructors every month, maybe a month up for it. And I was thinking a number, say £350 a month, which is good. For that's less than £100 a week. Do a couple of PTs, £100 a week's covered every time. It's well worth the money. And we've got weights in there, free weights. It's good stuff for them that want to rent the gym out. This is what I need to do, because my problem is I can't. Universal Credit, Sam you've recently, and they're saying about 4 times they've said to me, listen, we're not doing our job if we don't tell you, we want you to close your boxing club down. It's not justifying the business, it's not paying enough for you to subside as a business. And each time I said to him, listen, over my dead body, I'm not giving my club up for nothing. I'm angry with him, I started arguing and all that. I'm angry at you even suggesting this. I said, it's more than a job to me, and I explained it on all this, but I would never get my box confident, Jamie, like I say, I've said over my dead body. I know it's getting a bit wonky now, I got a bit scared of the way things are going now, but it's got to the stage now, like I said, well, for a couple of years there, I was falling behind in my rent all the time, my house up 25 Fernhill Road, I was falling behind, and each time, a couple of shows, and I paid a couple of grand, I paid £2.5 one time, I paid a grand this time here and there. I was paying the money, I was getting the money for shows, but I say shows have been few and far between, and very, very, very scarce. And I said, all of a sudden, the last couple since I moved to Blairbeff, especially a year and a half, I've not really been paying it, to tell the truth, and I've always known it's going to happen, I'm being honest. And I had the option, as the boss says, this is causing more problems. I had the option, I had to pay my house rent, I pay my house rent, my car insurance and all that, or pay my boxing gym rent, my £100, which
just to go back, just a wee bit, so your priority, you were paying the gym, your insurance here and there, you were paying for your housing, but you said you knew what was going to end up coming, so you were like, you weren't able to cover also your rent and your house, so that's for so you were juggling between paying your house and your rent, your house rent and the gym rent. And when you say you knew it was coming, was that building up with arrears?
Aye. I ended up still in part and all that. I was debtors at my door, honestly. I end up, let's say, I was getting things for South Lanarkshire Council and that they'll take me to court. I've been to court a few times and all that, and housing offers were up, giving me hard times about the pay my rent. And I said a couple of times I paid a couple of lump sums that got them off my back again. But it was going to seem again, especially man.
And this, can I just ask, was this? Because obviously during COVID as well, I know what it was like for me, so I'm going to ask, like, during COVID, did you have issues back then as well? Because obviously the gyms were shut.
That's what started, Jimmy.
And so during COVID all the way up to, and it doesn't seem that long ago, I mean, we're at 2004, but in COVID, it was at the end of 2019 when they found it, but 2020 is when everybody was shut. So it's going on like 4 years rent arrears that you've built up, paid off, but so that's what you're juggling with the last 4 years.
That's right, I was juggling that all the time, and I'm between that and all. But anybody that knows me, I've got a wee boy, James Durie, my wee boy James. I was getting after the lockdown, so I started getting me gyms again, and I won him through the court. I decided to I would do it a legal way through the court, so no phone it with any exercise. I'm not going to start that carry on. But I wasn't like phone out, so I done it legally. Now I won my wee boy through the court. I was getting him every second weekend, full weekend, pick him up for school, back for school, every alternate Tuesday. I get my wee boy all the time. That's been on for nearly 2 years. Seeing him all the time, he was dad all the time, and just there about, you know, the last time I saw him was the third. I took him back to his man on the 27th of July. Coming that would be 2 years coming. At first, the last I saw my wee boy, right, and I said I'm not going into details about it, right, but I've no saw him again. So I'm due to get him. I've actually courts have declared that I have to get my wee boy, and I contact. I'm going to start seeing him because it's a long. If I've seen my wee boy again, I'm going to get my contact sent for a couple of years, for 2 years each, for every 2 weeks. This is up to August, and the court official going to watch and see how he's going. Things are going, Jamie, and I'm going to. What I'm doing is I can't. I'm choking to see him. I'm that's that long. I'm actually scared to see my wee boy.
I'll point out because obviously I know James. You've brought him into the shop. You've got phones for him. He came to one of your shows as well. And he's like a wee mini me. He adores you, and he's all mates, and like, so I can say that because I've seen it. Like if anybody else got any doubts, like if anything, you're all there. You see how you're even with your boxers, but your family are always at your shows, always your boys, your grandsons involved in the gym as well. So you're always very close to your family as well. The gym's called Durie's, and that's James's gym as much as it is. You're building that legacy up and that name for him as well.
See with myself, and I'm sort of going around with this. I'm involved. I'm mentioning my wee boy James and all that. This is all part of this story. We'll get to. I'm doing this interview for you today, Jimmy. I said the wee man, I'll get my wee man for as long and all that, right? I said, but all of a sudden, I was getting these citations to go into court for South Lanarkshire Council, and I went a couple of times, and then last year I went a second time, and the judge, I told my story to the judge. I said, listen, the reason I wasn't paying my rent, I told him the truth. I spoke for the heart, and I was hoping I was going to a sympathetic judge that was going to think along the lines, I'm doing things for the kids in the community, the boxing club. I thought he was going to maybe give me time. I don't know what he was going to do, right? But wasn't I didn't get a sympathetic judge at all. He goes, bum, put me out. I got a date. I was out 14 weeks ago. So end up the kid gave me time to go out. End up I took 3 days to pack my stuff. I'm paying £105 storage doing it Kilmarnock now. And the fact I just found out the other day that I put it up to 140 a month now for my stuff's lying in a wee room, wee tote room, which I can't afford. Money is so tight, and it isn't true. I've never been. I'm the one who played poverty. That's not my game. I said I had people on the Facebook a couple of weeks ago. Julie Piles, I think it was. She came on. I was out with my wee pal Sarah. Sarah, and we said about and Hugh's cafe in the corner. And the lassie came on. She goes, "Oh, are you down there spending money? It wasn't that long ago you applied in poverty." And that's some moron came on and started slagging me because I got a milkshake, which my pal had treated me that day. And I said, "Listen, before you knew half it, I fair there." But I said, "Oh, sorry, I'm going to get in here, right, man."
Oh, wait, just stop there. Like, I can resonate with that. Like, there's when I was losing my shops, sometimes your social media gives you like you're trying to just look in the bright side, and if you're out and about with people, I've had the same. I had people like if I've lost the shops, and then people just think, "Oh, well, he's doing his boxing shows. He must be making money off YouTube. He must be." And there's always this illusion where you're like, do you know what? Everybody, like most people, are going through some shit and they're struggling. But to then jump on the back of something, a picture that you see, and you're quite vocal in and like in social media, right? And my sister's like that. I'm kind of like that with some things, and I've kind of taken a step back because of people like this, or I've maybe post things and I don't let everybody see it because I'm like, do you know what? That's for maybe my mates or my family or the in work. But to jump on the back of that, a picture, and it was like, so what if you get a bit of money and you paid for a milkshake yourself or something?
Well, I didn't really part to me that day and all this. I felt, and I've been on my arse for a good long time. And I said, that person jumped on that, and I'm going like, it hurt me a wee bit. I'm going, I said, I'm on my arse because nobody knows. But I mean, I put this face on. I like to look good, smell good, feel good. That's Archie Durie. I mean, no two bob in my pocket, but I like to feel good. Who am I? That's who am I? And like I said, that when morons start trying to attack me on the social media, I just get rid of them. Right, but anyway, I says, back to my gym. I went to court. They put me out. When they put me out the court that day, I had to get my furniture into storage, put my stuff into storage. I'm telling you, it's new. The boys in the boxing club will help me do the flatting, got it done and all that bang. And I had to go homeless, right? So I'm 62 on the 1st of July, and all of a sudden I'm going homeless. I'm like, whoa. So I was told that assistants I'd phoned the mob to come and see me, and this woman, I got to speak to this woman called Sheena Paris. That's her name, Sheena Paris. And Sheena Paris goes like, she says, I'm called a caseworker. I'm your caseworker, and I'm going to look at this. I'm going to make a decision to decide. I've got 28 days to decide if you're going to help you be homeless and help you get a house.
That's what happens. They make they normally take about 20 days to make the application and then decide. But did they put you? Were you somewhere in that period, like that, while they were deciding
the first night they put me, actually, where I was the last couple of weekends. A weekend I was at the two shows, boxing shows in the Alona Hotel. The first night they put me up in the Alona Hotel, I stayed there. That's what was funny. It was weird. I recognised the guys there, and they saw me that time I was in for the homeless. So I stayed there about 14 weeks ago for the one night, and then the next day, this Sheena Paris. Well, sorry, it was started off Sheena Paris. I'll tell you a quick story of Sheena Paris. As soon as it told me Sheena Paris, as soon as she appeared, she goes like, listen, she goes like, I'm going to be a caseworker. Says, I've got to tell you just now, I'm going to make a decision where to decide whether you intentionally made this on purpose happen, or just you're down your luck. And she goes like, but I'm being honest with you, I spoke to a couple of my colleagues, and we've came to a conclusion that you're pulling wool over our eyes. I goes, you just do this intentionally to get yourself a better house. I went, whoa. I said, I've never met you in my life. I don't know you. I said, you just told me you're talking about these new hate crimes you're going to do, the government's put on. That sounds to me like that. I goes, you're talking to your colleagues about somebody you've never met. You've never met me. I goes, you've judged Jude executioner. And you're telling me you're going to tell me in 20 days. I goes, I don't know what's going to happen in 20 days.
With that, you can't have somebody that's impartial, that's prejudged a situation. Exactly, it's not allowed to happen anywhere else. And if she has said that beforehand, and she's prejudged the outcome, then she's not fit to decide on that outcome. She has to take herself out to somebody else, impartial and independent, who fully doesn't it, where they can then absorb everything. Because it's not just what my colleagues are saying or what I already know. It's based on what you're telling them,
exactly.
You're getting them.
Well, she's well like I said. Now I said, well, listen, I'm not happy with what you're saying just now.
But the other thing, you've said it already. Round the corner was perfect for you. Where you were already.
Right next to my wee boy, right next to my gym. 25 Fernall Road, stone's throw to here, stone's throw to my wee boy. I was perfect house for getting my wee boy and run my boxing gym. And all of a sudden she goes, well, it's like you're on 28 days. They end up, they add an extension on it. So, sorry, well, they put me in a place called Ava Burrows, the Salvation Army hostel place in Cambuslang. Now, if anybody knows about Ava Burrows and Cambuslang, it's a fucking psychopath house, man. The staff that run it, they're mint. They're perfect. I must admit, they don't have it. They're really good people. They're good salt of the earth people who run the place. But there's some head cases. I can tell some stories that happened in that 12 weeks.
There has been the last few weeks. Evening Times are doing Glasgow Times are doing investigations into homelessness in Glasgow and the sort of places that they're putting people in. They had a young boy, I think he was like 16th birthday, made homeless. They put him in a place where he get pictures of bed bugs all over him. There was fights at night time. He was terrified to stay there. And it's just really went. It's places like hotels and that are just taking money. There was one hotel that I think in the last few years they made $2 million for the government putting people up, but they're not giving a shit about the people that are in there. And the people that are in, some of them have really social issues that they need support for, whether it's mental health or addictions or whatever. So when somebody is doing a luck and they get in there, it's like fucking.
What made that crazy? I know, Jamie, sorry, but now you got to forget this memory. I was in there because nobody would pay my rent. I was only paying, at the time, £350 for my house in 25 Fernall Road. Like I said, but I decided I had to pay my rent for the gym first. But in there, all of a sudden I'm back on Universal Credits, and all of a sudden they put me on that, and I was up there, and they were getting paid every 2 weeks. They were getting paid £491 per week. So that's like £1,000, just like £2,000 nearly every month they're paying.
So they pay for the the staff and the accommodation and stuff.
Well, it's only a wee bed sit room.
There's some place you go to, I think it's Blue Triangle in the town. Sometimes there's people in there and it's $3,000 a week. The government's paying.
Crazy. I couldn't believe.
Mad.
I said they evicted me for £350 a month. I owed them $3,500 on this, and I couldn't. How could no help me settle that? And I don't know. I'm all saying. But anyway, they evicted me, put me out, and they put me in as Eva Burrows. And I told you this. Sheena Paris started saying this. He said to me, I said, I'm not wanting you. I'm going to. I said, I don't have to take you because I don't want you as my caseworker. I said, I'm objecting you. I want somebody else. And she didn't like what I was doing. She first seemed like I'd been told some of the workers in there, nobody had ever done this. That's the first time I heard of this happening. Somebody objecting. So I did object, and they gave me another woman. And there was another woman. I said, she goes, listen, I'll make a appeal for this. Morag Campbell. And Morag Campbell, she decided on the appeal. Now the appeal, see in between I was in here, Jamie, right? While I was in here, I get an email and all that, and that I was nominated. I thought it was for Coach of the Year. And myself and me, Lucas Ewan, my boy, right, Lucas, I asked him to go ways. I thought he was I tried to nominate him for the Box of the Year for Lucas and all. So I took young Lucas with me.
So is this where, was it South Lanarkshire Awards?
Yep. And Roggan Town Office for the South Lanarkshire.
So that's South Lanarkshire Council's Awards?
Aye. Oh, that's what I'm saying. There was Margaret Cowie, there was Robert Brown, Stephen Kirk.
Was the caseworkers there by any chance getting a free meal?
I was going laughing. I mean, they probably were there. And they're sitting there. Anyway, but I said, I get a feeling I was going there, so I told you I was going for the Coach of the Year, and I got to Coach of the Year, came and went, and the next thing you know, I thought I hadn't won anything, and next thing you know, me and Lucas, next thing you know, I entered the second last award of the night, and a special award. This is a special award for the attribution of sport and for the community, the work he does in the community. It's outstanding. This is for that. And they put pictures and videos up me doing stuff in Blair Beth and all that, and I was emotional. I became one of the best awards I've done in my life, and I was proud to say it. And I walked here and I go at it, and I've seen it was at Margaret Cowie and all that. Here's me, I was in the paper that week, me Lucas Ewan with Margaret Cowie, and Margaret and all that, and she's talking to me, Robert Brown's, they're all talking to me.
So Margaret Cowie's at the councillor?
That's the councillor.
Because I've seen pictures, she's been, I mean, you met her as well, just we'll throw a story on quickly. So did you meet her there first? And then you invited her up to the gym, and you said she was standing outside waiting on you.
She came up to the Fernhill Steps. We did the Fernhill Steps on Monday night. She was upstairs waiting us. Give her just treat her bird, respect her. And she came up, and what she done was I told her about it happened. I told her I put me. No, she goes, Archie, listen, I'm going to put. Goes tell the appeal, and so I'm going to put it forward and let them. I'm going to put the appeal, and I'm going to say they did what you're doing. So what I done was, I got this letter, and if this Morag Campbell one, and she says, no, we've kept my conclusion. This is 28 days going past, and it says, no, we've decided you did intentionally give that house up, and we're not going to back you for a homeless unit. We're putting you out, but we're giving you 21 days to appeal this. So I went and appealed that, and that's why I get the letters for the councillors to back me and all that.
So just so I've you sent me the letters, and just
I sent them to you. Yep.
Their argument would be that you paid your rent here rather than paying the rent at the house.
That's exactly what they're saying.
But the thing is, if the gym didn't exist, there would have been no money to pay the rent anyway. So
I never thought that way. You're thinking of the wages all the time.
It's like a loophole where you can't have one with the other, and it's like we came first to chicken or the egg. So you need the gym here, and you need that to work, and you need to be pushing all your ideas of getting PTs in. You're pushing that to make the bit of money to then pay the rent, and as you said, when you could pay it, you were paying off large bits here and there when you did have regular club shows. So they've looked at it as being they would have probably expected or preferred, I don't know, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but if you gave up the gym, walked away for that, had no income whatsoever, and then went to them and went, I've got no income, I can't pay my rent, and would have went, alright, I knew we'll help you. Whereas instead of being, as you said,
you're spotting that, Jamie.
Instead of being, do you know what, this guy's go to the gym, all these people go in, they get a benefit for it. He does, like I said this earlier, when we're talking about people that are in paid positions, and we're not going to go into that in this episode, but at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, they go home, whereas a boxing coach, usually that's when their work starts. That's when everybody else isn't in the area, when all these places are shutting their doors.
Exactly, that's my job starts. Right?
So rather than look at that and go, right, what is the ripple effect, what is the benefit of this community, let's maybe help them, maybe there is a discretionary fund to pay, and there'll be ways that they could have supported you.
I know that.
But for their point of view, they're like, well, he's chosen to pay the rent in the gym, but the actual fact is there would be no money at all if the gym wasn't running. So that's the bit that they've probably overlooked or missed it.
Well, they've overlooked. I'm agreeing with what you put it. It's spot on. You're saying, Jamie, it's spot on. Right? I was looking that way at the time. I was more thinking, okay, you know what I'm like. Just you know me, you know me. I'm a headstorm. What are you talking about? I start arguing. This is wrong at points at times, but I'm just the new. As I'm saying, this is why I appeal to you, Jamie. Right, man. The bottom line.
So you had the chance to appeal that decision.
Yep.
So you had 21 days.
I had 21 days, and I went. And what I done was I wrote an appeal out myself. I went and wrote an appeal out myself. I emailed the big email and all that, and I said I'd go. Margaret Cowie put in contact letters, appeal letters on back on my case and all this, and done everything. Next thing you know, it's just 8 days ago now. 8 days ago, I got an email. I was sitting in a course. I was at a course up the town doing a course. Next thing you know, I got this email 11:30. Next thing you know, cause it says if this Morag Campbell, after deliberating your case, we've decided no, we're upholding with our original appeal. You've lost your appeal. You're getting out of Eva Burrows and all. So that was me. I've had to leave Eva Burrows. And I kept on saying, who do I go to? I've been to
How long did they give you to leave there? Was that like on the day or?
On the day, I was actually. When I went to Eva Burrows told me, Archie, we don't put you until we get an email for them telling you getting out. So we might not get that till later on the night, might not get that till tomorrow morning, whatever it's going to be. But cause I showed them email, and I was a bit messed up about, tell the truth. I said, listen, I goes, with respect to you, I'm not going to be and you chat my door and tell me start at my door 20 minutes and watch me pack my gear. I said I couldn't handle it, so I'm going to now. I'm going to go. I don't want to go, and I walked out. I probably left. I don't know if it's affected me. It shouldn't affect me. So I don't really think, because I've got it in black and white tell me I've lost my appeal, I'm going to be leaving. Right, so then the last spoke to the lasses in Eva Burrows. They said, no, Archie, you can stay till we get this appeal. I said, it could be right, it could be the moral, And I said, listen, I've been demoralised enough, I've been put down enough, I'm going to leave.
That's one thing they never get, is that this whole, like everything today with like the benefit system, universal credit, whatever they want to call it, it's designed as a safety net to help somebody when they're down in the luck, just to get them back on their feet.
Aye.
But the feeling of going through that, it's soul destroying. I'd done it once way back in 2013.
You've been there, Jim, you've done this one. Aye.
Went through it, and I mean, sometimes I was greeting when I was going to sleep. It was mentally, it was just like you just felt pure hopeless with shit.
Aye.
And I swear, for me, I'd be like, I'd never go back to it. If I was ever in that sitting, I mean, the last 6 weeks left my moz and did go through a bit of a rocky thing. It's not perfect now, but I'm getting there slowly. But that, I was like, I'll never go back and be like, oh, put that application in for universal credit, whatever, because the way they make you feel. But somebody that's capable as well. I mean, I used to do this as a joke. I used to help. I used to fill out forms and help people and that, but I'd never understand what that felt like, being in that situation where you're like, you don't know where you're going to sleep at night, you don't know where you're going to get food for you don't know, you don't want to tell people, you don't want like all this shit. And I know it's and I appreciate it that we're having this conversation, because one, there'll likely be other people watching this that's gone through hardship, right? And there'll be other people that have been through hardship, and there's people that are probably just about to go into it, as well as boxing coaches that will resonate with a lot of what you're saying, as well as other people that own maybe small businesses and they've had to juggle and make decisions. But you don't want to be in this situation. I've always known you as being quite a tough, passionate guy that's, as I said, Cash Farouk said, you always want them in your corner. You do take all your emotions of your boxers.
I'll go beyond the call of duty to help somebody, I will.
Right. And the thing, I don't even know for me with the awards and that, like, I know you were going through hardship the last few years, got tables to come support me and my awards, right? And that's, to me, that's what we all need to try and pull together and do. But these people never understand what it's like. They never care about that rank fought, and I've grown up in an area where like suicide's a big issue, mental health. You get men martyred doing brilliant work out there, but there's not enough of it, and you can't always get that shit off your chest. You can't always find somewhere where you say, listen, this is how I'm feeling, and I know you take a lot on. So they never understand what it's like to be in that situation, and you can be quite a proud guy. As I said, I appreciate what you're like speaking to us, because I know you've had to consider what you're putting out, what other people might pick up. These people that jump on, you spoke about it, will jump on Facebook posts, and also you get your family and your son and that to think about as well. But sorry for jumping in. I just wanted they put out that sometimes they don't always consider what it's like. So you left the hotel, and then where did you go? Where did you end up?
I left the hotel. I left the hotel. I came down the road and I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to go. Tell the truth, I didn't know where to go. And I was trying to ask the people in Eva Burrows who can I contact and all that, and they're saying that there was citizen advice. I've been to citizen advice. Citizen advice was actually go to citizen advice. Actually, that's all happened 8 days ago. This is what I'm doing. The bottom line is, as you see, you know, Jimmy, I'm living in my own gymnasium right now. I'm saying this loud, I might come and talk. We spoke about it, Jamie, because I know we live in a gym. And the reason I didn't go public is my hardships are going because my wee boy. Now, right now, I'm waiting to see my wee boy any weekend, and that's a course ordered that, right, man? So I'm going to see my wee boy anyway, whether I'm homeless or I'm no, because these contact visits up between us to go until August, so I've got to August to get myself a house, a roof over my head, to get my wee boy for back to the way it used to be with residentials. That's the whole reason I'm doing this with my wee boy. That's the whole reason I'm doing this. Stein, Haver Burrows and all the rest of it. That's why I'm doing it, and I've got to have an abode. And what's happening now, I said, even if I say, I'm just saying, maybe people will say, no, he's not going to see his boy, he's not going to fix the board, he can't stay in his gym, he can't get his wee boy there. But it's not always going to be. That's the reason I've done this. I said, everywhere I've been turning this. I mean, yesterday I went down to Whitleyburn Housing Centre, I went down to Roggan Housing Centre. I've been while I've been in that Eva Burrows, I mean, I was 12 weeks in Eva Burrows, and don't forget it made it even 10 times worse. I'm nominated for awards by counsellors. I've got all these counsellors, Robert Brown, Margaret Cowie, Rick Kirk, they're all jumping me down, they're all on my back, they're all good people and all, but they're all trying to help me. And the bottom line, it went back to the South Lanarkshire Council, his appeals, and the lasses in his appeals ones, they decided the bottom line, he could have paid his house, but he didn't, he paid his gym, get him out. That's the bottom line, right, man? So it didn't matter. I've brought a word there. I've got the word. I'll show you. I've got the word there. I've won Coach of the Year and all that, and awards at town halls and all that. But to get nominated by councillors, I got a special award for sport for my contribution to the community, to help us in the community. I was quite proud of that, Jimmy. Quite proud of that.
You would have seen it on the camera, but the wee group of boys that turned up there for the kids' class that are like waiting to get in.
The kids class got
people don't always see us, and to be honest, the whole point of my channel was to highlight that, and because I concentrate on the filming shows, and I'm only one person, I don't drive. Things will start changing when I get this new job, and then
get a chauffeur, Jamie.
These are the stories that I wanted to tell. This is the setups I wanted to go into places and actually find out what goes on. How do these gyms actual function? And I don't always think it was my job today. I just think it wasn't getting done, and there is. That's another debate for elsewhere, but there is people in positions that should have been doing this already, should have been going out to gyms, getting these stories, giving advice when they can, because there's already things in my head. I'm like, right, can Archie maybe try this or try this or try
You've
this?
been saying things earlier on, and I appreciate
my job is going to be welfare advice and support workers, so that's the job I'm going to start doing.
Good.
And the training that I'm doing, there is things that I'm thinking, is there other avenues you could have, or a better setup that would have worked better for you in a gym? But I says, as the bottom line is, you need the gym to function before you can pay your rent. You were trying to, you paid half here and there where you could. We've just came out of COVID. A lot of people are in rent arrears. A lot of people are struggling. You've got to juggle getting access to your boy where you have to have a residence.
That's important. That's the main. Sorry, Jamie. That's the main bit for my wee boy.
And the thing is, coming out and saying, "Oh, listen, for the last week I've had to stay in my gym." You've got a mattress that you stick in, right? To visualise that you have a mattress here. And to be honest, it is quite. I remember Gary Jacobs. There was a boy a few years ago. Was a boxer, and he was on hard times. And Gary Jacobs was like, he should be in the gym, sleeping in the gym, like fucking just staying in there and like no moving, like just staying there morning and night, training. But as you said, like you're in place for your boy. This won't be forever. You're looking at other ways to sort of to help us, but you need people to understand like what situation you're in. You got a TV here as well. You said.
My TV, 50-inch TV for my house. I've got my stick. I've got Wi-Fi in here, so I can sit and watch the football. I'm quite happy. The boys find I'm boxing. Even during the day, I've been all day. I'd be Lucas, you and Liam Lafferty. I remember the boys today. Might be yourself, Jamie. Pick yourself up, Jamie. I'm always busy during the day. Night, all my work's for 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock every night, 5 nights a week, and I'm always busy. This weekend, we've got 3 boxing on Friday night. and Cameron's nothing. I've got one fight in the last show of the season at Geek show. Aye, so I'm always doing stuff new, but no, this is no good. It's doing me. It's still my gym, right, man. I'm back at home. I feel more at home here. I was staying in that Eva Burrows. I said 12 weeks I was in there, and they're in between. They give me awards. So it's a right kick in the teeth, man. Up there, give me I was in the paper that week. The last I'm showing, there you go. I'm in the paper and I'm sitting with Margaret Cow, Mimi Lucas, and we're sitting there.
But it's not the only time. I mean, the first thing I done, I love going into gyms and looking at all the history and that, and you've got a tremendous amount of history which is it only tells like a tiny fraction of the story. As I said, the ripples out and the wee guys that are like so excited that come in, that look up to you and need the gym here for their personal development and their mental health and everything that as well. But it only tells a bit of the story, but all the history up every time that there's been shows or there's been success, or your boxers travelling, they're up in the Lodge. You got Lucas Ewan as well, when won Golden Gloves and that, up in the like. And I see you week in, week out. I was saying this to Anne Armstrong the other day, like the coaches that I see up and down the country, that's what makes boxing in Scotland, and these are the coaches that we need to listen to and find ways they're working together. But so the last 8 days you've been sleeping here.
I'm probably wake up. Sorry, Jimmy.
No,
I'm waking up in the morning. There's 2 toilets in here. I've got a blow up mattress here and my quilt, and I sleep here for my telly at night time. Go up in the morning. I brush my teeth and I grab my towel and I dive along Eastfield swimming baths, and I pay £2 for a shower. I get a shower in there. I come back out. I get fed and I'm back. That's me for my day. It's a bit. I say that's one I couldn't. Obviously, I couldn't do it now. If I didn't have my, but I've got to have a residence. I've got to have a roof over my head to get this to see my wee boy. The bottom line, that's what I've got to be doing. That, know what I mean? And I said I can't get me waking up to going to fucking swim baths for a shower and all that. If I go, plus it wouldn't happen. The coach wouldn't allow it, and I wouldn't want to either. I'm going. That's what I was saying. I was in Eva Burrows. I was in Eva Burrows for a reason, to get a house, and they've said they don't believe me. They've called me a liar, and I said the 1 minute they're calling an upstanding pillar of the community, and they're giving me awards and saying I'm God, I'm one of the best things to happen to fucking boxing. And next thing they're boot me out, and they're saying I'm defrauding the public, and I'm out. No, I mean it's no right, man. There's something for a ring.
What you've decided now is you suggested to the court that you get your access through the contact centre. Staying here in the meantime, we did speak about this not being ideal, because they might say, it's not suitable for you to be staying in, but like, other than putting yourself out in the street or sleeping in your motor, this is like your only option right now. I mean, you have to. We'll put it this way. Even sleep in my gym now. I'm sleeping in my gym. I'm going on the TV because I've got to. The only reason I'm doing this, Jamie, this is no for a bit of publicity and all that. I'm not interested in that now. You not know this one. This is my wee mother and father's graves. I'm only highlighting this now because I need to up to a house. If I'm doing these contact centre visits, my wee boy James, and that's to August. It's not back to court to August. I was going to my court official and make sure how the wee visit's going with my boy and all that. And all the rest of it, so I'm hoping I know it's going to be going good to my boy. So there's no going to be talk of residentals anyway until August. So I'm hoping now, because if I don't highlight this, Jamie, if I don't say what's happening now, I mean, I went to Whitleyburn and Rulligan Housing yesterday, and I'd already signed over them. I was in that Eva Burrows, and I went yesterday, so I've got a letter, I sent it all through you, Jamie. I got a letter there for the South Lancs Council, Morag Campbell, saying that's MLS, that's them. They said they've done everything in their power, and they're quite happy with they've offered me the right assistance to help me get a house, and the MLS saying that, and they're told me to go away. That's me, the MLS wants to lunge me. And I said I've tried. I went to that Whitleyburn, I went to Rulligan, and they were talking about having to wait because I hadn't paid my rent. I'd run a bill up because I had $3,500 out. As I'm saying, they're paying £2,000 a month there, £2,000 a month for me staying in that Eva Burrows, £491 a month a week. So £491 a week, I was paying $350 a month. Crazy, and they evicted me for that. And yet all of a sudden they give me awards saying I'm a best thing since sliced bread by the sports and the community of the work I'm doing in Blairbeath. So I do everything here. I love the community. The community in Blairbeath are brilliant people. That's how I do. I want to be next year. I want to stay here. I mean, they know I'm struggling. But this parent says we are not arrested yet. And I contacted the church. I was hoping maybe get a wee church along here. There's a church, William Wilson. That's the name of Reverend William Wilson. And I contacted him. He contacted the trustees in Edinburgh for us to try and get that church for the boxing club and all that. It's filled through. They're selling it for money. They're turning into flats or something. That's no getting that. But I was saying there was somebody watching this that knows a premises to help with Durie's boxing gym. Please get in touch, man. Because I'll tell you. if there were an opportunity came for you to leave here in a place that's maybe you would save money or better suited, you would take it?
I would have to, Jamie. I'm being realistic. Unless I go all of a sudden, see this, this is going to go. A lot of people, lots of people and it goes through different places. There's got to be. It doesn't need to be boxing or martial arts. It can make you call. It can be. I don't know. It can be weightlifters. It can be. I don't know. Dance. I don't care. You use this gym for a lot of things. Use gym for it's not a big massive gym, but it's a good enough gym. So it's a good, well equipped gym, modern day gym, CCTV, you name it. It's a crack gym for parking facilities. It's great for them that want to use us. It's the fob shutter. I begin with rain fob. They come in at 5 in the morning. They boot camps. They could do PTs, £40 PTs, fucking 5 in the morning for all I cared. And I says I only want £100 a week, less than £100 a week, £350 a month, less than £100 a week. That's no bad. I'd say that's no bad, Jamie. It's a decent me place, and if I get 3 people a month for doing this a month, that pays my rent. All of a sudden, it pays my car insurance. So all of a sudden, instead that's all of a sudden a bit of time I can pay to. I need to justify to pay my house rent. I can't just keep on go back to square one, pay enough money to pay this, not enough money. But I'm actually taking a second job on. I'm not going to say too much of my second job now. I was on a course in it there, and I'm not going to say too much about it. I'm planning something now. That'll be disposing of your interview one time further down the line, mate. Aye, I'm working on something.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's not like you've just. I know what it's been like. Like with me, I maybe probably put my head in the sand a bit with my Sucky All Street store. That was my first proper business on my own. Had it 6 months and COVID hit. And we went for like something like 32 grand an average a month sales to zero. And our rent was £4.5 a month just for the rent, £1,600 rates. That's not including staff, electricity, the supplier costs and all that. And it was like fucking hell. For they 2 years, it was just everything was just building up. And my priority was I need to pay the staff.
Yep.
Some of my staff had kids. Some of them like had other commitments. One boy was getting married and all. He was trying to get his wife to come join him for Iraq. He had to like pay all sorts of fees, and probably one thing I done was thinking, do you know what? Everything will kind of work out with the shops, and it just sort of got bigger and bigger and bigger to the point I was like, I have to lose the shop, and I was heartbroken. And mentally, it kind of messed me a bit. Then gave up my flat. Then gave up the shop in Govan. And I was still doing youth work at the side. I started doing that because it kept me happy. People were like, what are you wasting your time for that for? Why you got like these boys are always in trouble, they do this, they that. And I was like, no, but you know what? I actually feel like I need to do something. So I feel like I've got a purpose. Yep. And a lot of what you do is gain that, you having a purpose and gain that like motivation to other young people and stuff. And I always say boxing coaches are more than just coaches. They're like adopted parents and social workers and everything. Like Frank Gilfella, watched him the other day and he says something similar. Talk about knife crime and that, but we're farriers where like boys I know get like there is knife crime shit going on now that we're trying to deal with. Yep. And it's always just there. It can always just happen. And without places like us, there's boys I banged into in Milton that are out drunk at the weekend, and I phoned Jocko and went, get him back in the gym, whatever. And he's been fucking top their ass back in the gym. Yep. So the absolute need for boxing clubs and boxing coaches like you that have seen it all, done it all. But the thing is, you're a bit tough in your luck, and it's came as a result of COVID. None of us asked for COVID. No. Nobody asked for the gyms to get shut. No. Nobody looked at, like, I remember I was talking about pushing the streaming. It was after a conversation I had with you, and you were like, we can't do nothing. Like we need we need club shows to be back on. Exactly. And I looked at both the equipment for streaming, thinking, right, let's look at a way where we can stream shows and all.
Remember the conversation, Jamie?
Right, so all that for even for us came because it was like, let's try and find a way where club shows can happen and that, like all this can go on. But since COVID, it's just been one thing after another. You've had all that shit to deal with. You've had losing the gym down the road, and then you're at a situation now where you're like, right, how do you keep this but keep your house as well? And the council, that I mean, they will look for any excuse, I think, to knock people back. As you know, Jamie, that's the reason I've approached this or not. It's really, I mean, I've no come on this. I mean, I suppose I'd got a text on my page a couple of weeks ago. I was out with my wee pal, wee Sarah. I told you about wee Sarah, and wee Sarah made a wee, she goes, yeah, 40 yards since that with the milkshakes, made a wee joke, the milkshakes to the yard for the boys, mate. We're kidding on about it. And somebody came on my post, I think I said there on my post and all that, you were pleading profit a couple of weeks ago, how come you're out fucking, know what I mean? And we said, I go, hey you, I treated my day to
start with. I said, I said, listen, I goes, there's always somebody going to be, say something like that to yourself. I goes, you have no idea my life's like. See, I'm back to Eva Burrows. I was staying in the homeless place. So that woman that came here trying to slag me, said no money. I had no money, and I was staying in Eva Burrows, and I can no money. I still no money. I said I had no money. I don't know. I said my boys, my lashes, but I'm not pleading poverty. I'm not. And people are saying, I said I go for my page. Oh my dead, but I'm not. Don't go for me, please. I've said that with Eddie Holstead and all that. My good pals, that they're all saying, actually, this day, I'm not going to. I'm not going to beg for money. I'm not going to beg for money off nobody. That's not how I do. I say, but things will come good for me. Something I'm a positive sort of guy. I can't remember negative I've been the last couple of years. Last couple of years have been crazy, and the stuff going on in my life, most men don't go through this in a lifetime. I've been through this fucking so much shit, and it's not just all about me, Archie Durie. No, it's just the way the cards have come out, and I've
thought about this for myself, right? I thought about, right, sometimes the people get fucking sick of it, like, oh, Jamie said one hang after another, right? But see, in the back of my mind, I'm like, do you know what? Something will just keep on the path. Do the things that make you happy, right? Aye. So I did JATV stuff. Does it fucking pay the bills? No, it doesn't. Like, I spend sometimes more money on travelling to show them what their paying is to cover it. But I'm like, I want to do it, like, and it makes me happy. Anne Armstrong asked me all day, like, why do we do what we do? And she's like, ultimately, it's for the boxers, for them to get in that ring, and for, like, we're all part of the journey. I try and tell part of the story, but I only tell wee bits. But you know what goes on behind the scenes, like some things that boxers have to go through in their own lives as well. But I just thought in my head, you know what, just Jamie, keep focusing on it. Do your youth work, all the bullshit that has to come for that, headaches, like meetings with CID and social work and all this, parents always worrying about their kids, and I'm trying to like reassure them and shit. And just now, after like losing my shops for 2 years, stayed in my mum and dad's, fell out with them, fell with my ma. I don't say too much on that. And then back up the Drummond now, staying. My mate had a place he was just leaving to like get into that.
Look, it's
right. I just slowly now I'm going to go in for a new job, and I'm like, do you know what? I believed in my heart that something would happen. I'm like, Jamie, one day you'll be in a position, right? And I think you need to keep that as well. You've had highs and lows. You'd have had it throughout your whole life. You said you're 62 in a few weeks.
Yep.
There's nothing that really anybody can throw at you that I don't think, but at the same time, this must have taken its toll on you, either physically or mentally.
I've been at a doctor, sorry James, I've been on a doctor's in peace with my mental health. I've not had this in my life. I say mental health, and I say the old days of mental health, you got a slap in the back of the head, you told you got on it. But my mental health so out of the shop, especially recently, and I said, I had to wear pressers and all. We've got all this thing with the splits with the boxing, as you know. I've got the boxing Scotland, the Alliance, Scottish Alliance, and I had to make decisions. I'm building a boxing club. I say this is my life, and it's not as if it's run a business to make money. I've been Universal Credits for the last 3-4 years. I've been saying to me, listen, you're strongly advising you've got to close your business down. It's not subsiding your business, it's not paying enough. Close it. I'm over my dead body. I'm saying lately it's getting to near that stage. So, but no, I'll keep it going. And I said, no, I won't always be like this. I know we'll come bouncing back and things will happen good. I'm a positive person. But I said, you know, there's a lot of everybody in it. Well, the public don't know what's going on now. With this thing with amateur boxing, they think it's business as usual. But even like I said, everybody's good. There's a split going down the middle now, and I'm not saying how much about it now. There's a split going now. I think it's going nearly 50-50 down the middle. I don't know where it's going to end up. I say with this boxing, Scottish Boxing Alliance, I was going to stay with Boxing Scotland. I was going to stay with the devil, you know. But I went to the Alliance meeting a couple of Sundays ago, and with Scott Henderson, Jimmy Sterling, and Danny Scullion, and the first two, Scott and Jim, they put their case across really good. I thought really good, and it swayed me especially talking about the funding, the money, everything they're going to put in there. Also, when they get the fund, that is they're going to be doing. They're starting for grassroots right through, right up to the elites and right up to the things they're going to do for coaches. And that, I know they're going to put the coaches through things that I know. It's not about making money doing courses. They're going to be putting them through courses and that I know. And I like things they're saying. They're all positive things. I like things they're saying. So I came for that meeting. I thought about it all week, and I went no. So I went public. I went, you know me, I won the social media hero. I went social media. I got 5,000 people on my social media on Facebook. Whenever anybody sends a request, I've got to delete somebody, get somebody on. So I'm doing something in that aspect, even though I'm a pain in the arse and I'm a grumpy old shit. But my heart's in the right place. I do fend for MD. I've been doing my luck for too long. For too long. I said I'm physically. I'm sleeping in this ring. I've got a blow up bed. I'm sleeping at night. I've been here the last 8 days. My telly in front is spot on. My wee telly. I'll go round, but I put the shutter down night time. And I said to the people in Blythbeth, the ones that didn't know are going to know now. They see my water part tonight, they wonder what's going on, but I'm staying in my gym at Blythbeth. I said, no, so my landlord, or even, they might say that's illegal, you can't stay there. They might put me out there, they might tell me you can't do this because it's a residential unit. Well, if that harms, I'll go and sleep in my car. If I've got to do, I've got to do. But if anybody's out there like a wee flat somewhere for sale, let me know. If anybody, don't be shy to contact my number. I said that I need a wee break. I said, I'll come on this now because if I'm going to see my wee boy James Durie, I said, I'm missing my wee boy because I said I'm seeing him through the court shortly. I'm getting a visit any weekend. And it's to contact certain visits just now, make sure how the wee man's going to react to his dad again, because that long she saw him. So I've got to go through all that again. At first I was like, oh no, that's shit. I said, no, but I'm embracing it. I can't wait to see him. I'm choking to see him. I can't wait.
And this is a thing, like I seen something the other day. In fact, I posted it yesterday. It says, it's always the darkness before the dawn, but it's the darkness what basically what it was saying is it makes you appreciate what it's like in the good times. Sometimes we forget that, like, we go through
hang on the positive
utter shit, right? And sometimes when Mike Tyson even said it, he said, like, when you're broken down and you're at the rock bottom and you have to build yourself up, and only few can do it, but not everybody can do it, and it is hard and it is tough, and sometimes, like, you don't always share what goes on in your life, or you don't want people, or you think sometimes you're telling people and they're like, oh, here we go again or something. I get that. Like, I've had literally one thing after another, probably about in the last 10 years. I've got a good group of mates. I told you the story like a few days before the first awards, and I was like, I spoke about it, so I was like, I'm messaging my mate going, yo, I don't think I can live anymore. Like, the stress of just everything. I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, people in my family were like, just go get a job in Asda, or just go do this, and I'm like, do you know what? No, because I've done that. I've been back here and I don't give a shit. I won't sign up for universal credit and put myself through that shit again, because I know where it took me mentally. I won't go in a job where I'm like, I'm not appreciated to be here, or I don't want to do it. If JTV crashed and burned, it crashed and burned because fucking after that, me try my best to keep it running, right? And with your gym, as I said, you can't unless you walked away completely. And there will be people who ask that question. Some people might be like, well, why would you no think, right, I just need to walk away, leave everything, and then try and get a flat or stay in a flat and get custody or access to your son? Like, people might ask that question. Well, what would be your answer?
My answer to that be, in the same way, I could never walk away from my boxing altogether. That's, I say it's in my blood through and through. Anybody that knows me, and you all know me for the boxing, I mean, the boxing is my life. I'd be dead in 6 months if I didn't my boxing. I've said that hundreds of times to people, I mean. I don't, I say the times I'm on universal credits again now. And I said, but this interview might say, Boom, you can't be staying there. But I mean, I'm appealing to the public. This is the South Lanarkshire Council, for the councillors, for the ones that put me out, for that sing me parish and all that, and that morag, and the ones that were plotted and sought and say that I intentionally gave up that house, which is right next to a wee boy and right next to a boxing club. But it doesn't make, and it was only £350 a month when I was getting, I was paying through universal credits for paying $491 a week. And I wasn't managed to pay $350 a month, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to be getting help out of universal. I'm not getting help out of universal credits now. Once I find a rate of accommodation, even private lets, there's got to be somebody out there watch this somewhere. No, I want to land near my boxing club. I get a house for let or a house for rent for me to rent, and the universal credit help me pay it. I said, if there's anybody there, get in contact, because I didn't need help. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't. I want to get a house before August. I need to have a house before August. So when I'm going to see my wee boy, I'm going to get me see him shortly, get my residential visits with we do some contacts, 2 hours at a time with him now, build bridges my wee boy again, and then I'll be getting my residential visits. I was getting before, I know I'm going to be getting him again, because I'm a decent dad, and the things I do with the boxing's my life, like I say, Jamesy boy, I can't make him back. I can't wait to see him.
And I think the bottom line is, you're like me, like, I know for all this shit I maybe go through, there's people that rely on us, and sometimes people are like, why'd you bother, but that's what keeps me going, that's what keeps me sane, that's what keeps me, and I think we need more us, your type of people. Saying this again, like the other day, Jan and some other coach, I was like, we need to do what we do, because that's what we can't have a world where everybody's just like worrying about themselves or
no give a shit.
right. And as I said, the people keep complaining about young people are doing this and knife crime this and where's all the parents and where's like it is tough being a parent, right? And it's hard to be a young person out in that street. But you walk into a boxing gym, the biggest thing that you'll get is the discipline for a young mind, right? There'll be discipline. You look at Lucas Ewan we see earlier, right? He then helped you with your PTs. Just
who's the CPT? I don't see my boy. I know sounds crazy. I go emphasise that. See, all the times you see me. I don't charge for PTs. I don't PT. See if any phones you say I don't do PTs, right? I don't do PTs. This might sound crazy. I don't do PTs because see, I look young and fit. I say I'm 62 in 2 weeks' time. I say you might look at a Rolls Royce car outside, be lift the engine, the big engines are starting to go. Well, that's sometimes where I feel like my big engines are starting to go, but so I keep my energy, my engine running inside for the boys out fights. And when we look at you, and he's been doing this now for a year and a half with me. So I've got this gym moved in, I do to get permission after school to get be his coach on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And I bring Lucas Ewan, and that's a buzz I get. I watch my boy improve. He's going to be a good man in the bet. You watch this space, he's a top boy now, as you know. He's a cracking boy, but he's fighting a top boy on Friday, fighting a boy called Johnny Cash. He's fighting the top boy on Saturday, Friday night in Cameron's Nathan show, and we'll see what happens. Look, top boy Lucas.
And we'll be live at Cameron's Nathan show.
He's live on it. Oh, he's good. You'll see it. I've got 3 boys.
The Wi-Fi's good.
2 cans and Lucas.
Separate for all this, I mean, you did go through that time you were in hospital and you were. You get out.
I was taking clots in my lungs and all that. I still every morning I take blood thinners. I've got these Ampians, these blood thinners. I've got to take these every morning and night time to stop any clotting, the fun clot in my lungs. It was a bit scary. I was in for 6 weeks. I can't remember. I was in for I can't remember. How long was it? No, it was 6 weeks. Couple of weeks, I can't remember. Couple of weeks. 6 weeks. Couple of weeks. But I was quite scared. I was through it. I said, I don't know. I still don't really know why I said bloated on the clot and whatever it is. I said I still take the blood thinners. I still get these off the doctor. And I said I've been going back. I'm being honest. I didn't like to say this, but I'm still going back for the doctor now. I'm getting help. My mental health. Like, I've not been too great. The depression with the news and pretty bad. Pretty shitty times, but everybody just do shitty times. But I say everybody deals with different ways. I'm very personal, and me doing this, I don't care what anybody thinks. So that's to do social media. That's what I'm me. No, it's no. Anybody that know it, I don't want to be doing this. This is my mother and father's graves with James Durie's life. This is why I say I don't want to be doing this, but I'm doing this. I have to get help. The housing mob, they've classed me as intentionally made myself homeless. I've been to citizen advice all day. The last manager of citizen advice is Archie. She says, why don't you go to the press? I said, listen, I've actually spoke to Andy McGarvery. He's coming next week, boy with the Reformer. He's coming next week. He's going to the big story on this week you're doing today, Jamie. I told him. So I've got my pal, he's in TV station, Jamie Alexander. She's coming. I goes, I think it's time for me to put this out here. I goes, why they're treating me like a bit of shit. I worked all my days, worked for 16 years of age, worked all my days. I was employed, I had 12 boys working for us, I was paying boys wages, I was doing you name it, and all of a sudden the work I've been doing for the last 16, 17 years, working with a boxing club, with a community based amateur boxing club. I put my boxing club, my boys and lasses before anything. And anybody that knows me know that's no lot of shit. That day, before money, before I've chose to pay my boxing gym rent, before I chose to pay my house rent. I kept on getting warned and threatened I was going to get evicted. I ignored them and I got evicted. Call me crazy, call me up a fucking head, excuse me swearing. That's the way I was. I said, I've always said I couldn't lose the 4 or 5 times I told you the Universal Credit says you need to close your boxing club down. It's not justifying. You've got to they give me a floor plan or something, a 1,500 quid. I was only making 1,100 and lately I've only making 8-9, so I had to tap my wee pal Fudge 200 quid last week to pay the rent. 2 weeks ago to pay the rent. I had to pay Fudge like 200 quid. And it's getting that. No, I need to. I've my head's not been clear, Jimmy. I need to fix my head out. And I say this, I'm going back and forth to the doctor. Depression, if you like. I hate saying that. Especially I'm saying to thousands of people now. But I'm going to my doctor with depression, if you like. No, I've not been feeling too good. I've not been too good at myself. You know me, you'll see me. I say that last time. She's you're paid in poverty and you can and the other thing. I mean, I like to look good. I like to smell good. I like to feel good. That's me. Doesn't matter. I'm not too Bob. I'm sitting. I'm wondering got enough money for the petrol to get me down the road? I've got enough money to buy myself breakfast that morning. That's why I'm that's why that is really why that's why Archie Durie's life's been for a long time now. Especially this last 6 months, it's fucking crazy, financially, mentally, physically. Staying as good as no sleeping rough. Well, I'm sleeping. I don't even got sleeping in my blow up bed in my ring. I suppose you could say that sleeping rough. And I'm waking up in the morning, I can't eat a wash. I've got to go to swimming bath, take a shower. I suppose you say that is sleeping rough as before you go. I'm not homeless, and I'm asking for the council councillors nominated me to be for my work today to the community. How about somebody fucking do something back for me?
Yeah.
How about somebody help me get a house? How about somebody give me a chance to sublet some house? How about somebody come on board and say, here, this guy is doing good for the kids. Help him, he needs help. I need to get my wee boy, I'll get my my ex, nobody can stop me. I'm going to be seeing him very shortly. I'll contact advice. It's been ordered by the judge. I have to see him in contact advice. I don't speak in my court things. I keep it all personal because I don't want to affect my wee boy. I don't like people who know what's happening to my wee boy, right? But I'm going to be seeing him very, very, very shortly, and a 2-hour contact visit with people, and I'm going to be taking it for there. That's what I'm going to, and what I've got to do is I've got to get my own house again. I've got to have a 2-bedroom house. That's how that's why I got a 2-bedroom. I paid extra to exhaust James's bedroom. We James up with that, so it's a 2-bedroom house, and it'll be a 2-bedroom house I get again. So going to a 2-bedroom house, I can't. People are saying, why don't you convert your business premises into a loft and all that and do that? To start with, I don't know how that goes. It's a private let I do. I pay £800 for the private let here, private landlord. I mean, the landlord here's, which you will hear now, I'm staying here now. I'm sleeping in the ring in a blow-up bed. As soon as I've converted the roof into a bedroom and all that, I'm sleeping here now. If you want to try and put me on you go, I'll sleep in my car. So I'm not sleeping. I'll go and sleep in my car. I'll do that if I've got to do it. I'll do it. But I've got to find a fixed abode. I've got to fix a premise. I've got to find a proper house. I want it near. See where they put me out, where they said I intensely gave up. That'd have been ideal.
I know. Because you said that it was somewhere where it wasn't too far for the gym.
Right next to all you boy, right next to the gym. And cheaper, everything.
Listen, Archie, thanks as always. I mean, as I said, 5 years we've been running JATV, being out to your gym, met all your boxers, covered your shows, followed parts of the journey, but the part that we don't always show is what goes on
personal life
in the background, and what keeps these gyms running, and people that put their heart and soul into boxing and keep it going. And I know it's been tough, and I do appreciate like the coming out and speaking to us and letting us tell the stories that we wanted to tell. I wanted to tell when we first started JTV.
This one here, this is some story. Like I said, some people. I've got my shower of haters out there too. I've got thousands of good people. Actually, I keep on fighting. I've always got good people behind me. I'll always keep fighting. I'm not back down. I'll come out. I'll roll with the punch. I'll come back fighting every time. I've got my haters. People love to see me fucking fall and crumble and fucking maybe break down or whatever. I don't know I'm a break down. Well, I must admit, recently that with Burrows, man. That was a nightmare. I was living in a proper nightmare, man. I must admit. And I says, and the people says, I was fighting to stay in there. Even though it's a fucking nut house, I was fighting to try and stay, because that was the way I was going to a house quicker. This is why I've come on here to try and let you know about South Lanarkshire Council, the people working in their places, and the women that are saying there and talking amongst each other and all that, and they're deciding the fate, and they don't realise the mental side of things they're doing to people, because they're not. See, last week they put me out, I end up what I said the lasses in Everborough says you don't have to walk out your arse, you don't. You wait till we get the email. We might put you the night, maybe the morning. Or I said, listen, I've been degraded enough. I said, I fought to stay here. I goes, you know I'm a decent guy. I go every night. I'm going to work every night. All the people in here know, name them work hardly. So I'm going to work every night. I'm going in here. I keep myself. I goes, I can't. I said, I'm going to leave it now. That's what I've done. I came in, I stayed in the gym that night, and that's what I've done. The first night I stayed in my gym was for then. I've made moves I don't want to do, Jamie. But I've done what I've got to do, bro. And I says, I'm hoping the right person watches my video here. I said, I've got a newspaper coming. I've got Andy McGarvey coming with the press next week. I know I'm going to. I mean, this one. See, this is quite a big story. As far as I'm concerned, I know. I'd like to think an amateur boxing club coach, amateur and professional boxing club coach who works with the community, puts his heart, soul, and life into his club. And I've shown I put mental, physical, financial, everything first for the club before me and my personal life. and I've showed that again, which I've been doing. And I know it sounds crazy, and they don't want to hear that in the council, so I've done it again. You know what I mean? It's just, I've done it again. They probably don't want to hear me saying that, but that's who I'm, Jimmy. You know that, mate. And thank you for having me, bro. Okay, back to my. You got it, mate.